Would you like a law oh my god, this tweet. I actually can't even read it from first start to finish. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another upload, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. So as you can tell by the title of the video, I decided to look on the war against vlogging. So basically, why do people hate the idea of vlogging a football match? And to tell you the truth, a lot of people have been getting a lot of stick and abuse on social media, myself included, and it just makes you wonder, what is it that gets people so wound up and against what you do? So as somebody who does this thing, I decided to research into this, look into it, and just pick out some questions that I did on my Q&A on Instagram, which by the way you can follow here, and the links are in the description below to my other social medias. And now let's start this off by looking into some tweets, just for those who, you know, need a little gist of what this is all about. Vloggers in football matches are dangerous and must be stopped. Well, vloggers should be banned under the copyright/TV license in football law. Here's quite an interesting tweet. Kill all football vloggers, TY, that means thank you, at Putin, at God. Okay, there's two things to that tweet. Firstly, yeah, without going into whole politics that goes on in Russia, I doubt that Putin even knows about the existence of football vloggers, and if he does, I'm sure he wouldn't even do anything about it. The other thing is that one of the themes of this video is that we're chatting about, you know, respecting one another's beliefs. You know, even if the belief may look to be stupid, you know, it's not nice to slag someone else's belief. And there you are saying that vlogging in football games is an absolute cancer, it's a crime. Yet, you're the one who believes in God. No, I'm joking. Oh look, someone's done a fancy little poll here. The poll says, do you like football vloggers? Hashtag BCAFC. Oh yeah, that's Birmingham City. Well yeah, there's your result. 83% of them hate us. Well, that's not very nice. You've got to get to know one another surely before getting to that conclusion. Oh look, we got another poll. The poll says, would you like a law oh my god, this tweet. I actually can't even read it from first start to finish. Okay, let's just do this. Would you like a... Oh my god, what are people nowadays? Would you like a law brought in that allowed vloggers to be legally, viciously assaulted inside of football grounds? But what is the wording of this tweet? Legally, viciously assaulted. Like, have you ever come across these three words put together? But anyway, 91% basically said that they want the shit beaten out of us. That's what they voted for. So as you can tell, there are people out there that just really do not like vloggers. So without further ado, I'm going to pick out some of the questions that people asked from my Instagram Q&A. And I thought I'd just start off with an introduction. So the first question is, why did I start doing this? Yeah, I feel like there's like basically a common misconception with the reason why people want to do vlogging in football. My reason is this, and I never jumped into any bandwagon personally. Because if you look at my YouTube channel, my first ever video that I did was in 2016, start of the 2016-17 season against Crystal Palace at home. And that was when vlogging in football was actually pretty under the radar. I mean, yeah, you had Spencer FC and Bazinga and other people vlogging match days. But again, that just really wasn't in the radar as it is right now. So I didn't jump into any bandwagon to begin with. And the principle to why I do this is I want to give people the impression and experience of what it's like to go on a match day, because obviously Premier League tickets are really expensive nowadays for some people, and also people live in different parts of the country and even the world, such as my family and friends as well. By filming this, I'm giving them the match day experience of what it's like to go to a game. And that's how I originally started it for my friends and family, and they told me it felt like that they were at the game. And you know, this brings a positive advantage. People would want to go to watch a game because it gives them the idea of what it's like to go to a game simply by watching this match day vlog. And yeah, this brings me to the next question. Why bother filming a game for how it is when you can just watch the highlights? Right, so there's a huge difference between match day vlogs and highlights. So if you want to watch a game for how it went, so you want to see passing, you want to see shooting, you want to see standout players, you want to see how the goals were like, then yeah, by all means, you're obviously gonna go and watch it on the highlights. But there's just one thing that people are missing with that question, and that is that the matchday vlogs are not there to provide highlights of what went on in the game. They are there to provide the matchday experiences, you know, the matchday environment, the chanting, the singing, the the bickering, the ranting, everything that a match has to offer you, which highlights can't provide for you. You know, the highlights will not provide you the experience of a match. It will simply just provide you with what went on in front of the cameras that are filming specifically the gameplay. You know, that's what they're filming. Matchday vlogs is simply about the environment of a game and experiencing it as a fan. This is another thing which wasn't in my Q&A, but so many people have said this before. Another misconception, that vloggers are getting paid by the club, they're being given a free season ticket, and they're trying to make themselves the face of the fans. Right, I'm just here to say that all three of those points are just absolute. I am literally as ordinary as any fan that goes to a game, right? The only difference about me is that I bring a camera, and that's not a huge difference. I'm paying the exact same amount of money as any fan does, and I am sometimes not even able to go to away games because of the lack of loyalty points. And it's being paid by the club, that's rubbish. I don't know anyone who's being paid by the club. Why would the club be paying? Why would the club just be paying people to go to games? I've just never heard of that system before, and that definitely isn't the case for me, and I'm not even trying to make that happen either, because I just know that system doesn't exist. You know, making yourself the face of the fans. I'm not trying to make myself the face of the fans, and I don't know any other vlogger personally that tries to make themselves the face of the fans, because quite frankly, you know, we as fans understand that we are the 12th men, and the 12th men is us collectively as fans cheering on the team. So yeah, it's just, I don't even want to talk any more about that. Oh, and by the way, if anyone actually wants to know what my actual job is, it's a bartender. So yeah, there's your answer. What people have also gone on about is saying that vloggers just fake celebrations, and then that their celebrations are fake, and that whipping out a camera while celebrating is a very unnatural way to celebrate. Yeah, maybe it is unnatural, but I am still celebrating as a fan, as along with other football vloggers. And the whole thing I don't get is what is so unnatural. Why is it that if you have a camera in your hand and you're celebrating, it makes it automatically fake? If you think about it, there's literally just two functions to a camera. An on button and a record button. There's not a whole load, there's not a great deal of rocket science behind it. And for me personally, I instinctively just film when I think something's gonna happen. And again, all it takes is just two buttons. It's really not that deep, and it's not that difficult either. You know, all that's happening is that I'm celebrating, but with a camera in my hand. That's the only difference. And again, you know, with camera, without camera, you know, I celebrate how I celebrate. Now for this part, I'm gonna be actually looking at some case studies. Now before I go on to the case studies, this isn't really a question or a statement. This is basically what's been going on. There have been football bloggers that have had a lot of public shame, name calling, abuse, sometimes online, sometimes even in person, from football fans who think that vlogging is a harmful thing to their club. But I just don't get how it's harmful. Like, what harm is it bringing to the club, especially at Tottenham? Okay, yeah, we did lose to Wolves, but we have been going on a very good run. What I'm capturing is just happiness at the club. It's not like Arsenal Fan TV where there's just people ranting away for views, you know, it's not like that at all. And it's the same with a lot of other football channels as well. And you know, what is it that I'm bringing that's toxic and harmful to the club is what I don't understand. If anything, the resistance against vlogging, you know, and by resistance I mean physical or verbal assault, is the one that's bringing toxic harm to the club, because that's just causing a division between fans. Anyway, these are the case studies I want to look at. So the first case study is Flex United. Flex United was at Valencia filming a game, and then he got confronted by some United fans. Here's what's happened.
I get a boss or I get a straight?
Oh, no, I don't believe you, bro. Leave it. It's fine.
Yeah, I script, man.
We're all Man United, man. Exactly. I know I'm Man United. I go to every game home and away. I just like to speak to people with difference of opinions. I'm not raising my voice, I'm not shouting, I'm not swearing like you was walking out. I'm just having a conversation.
I wasn't swearing at you, I just said you're embarrassing.
I think you was swearing.
Yeah, you fucking...
And as you can see, he's so maturely dealt with it. And he made a very, very valid point. But he goes to every home and away game. So what difference does it make should he want to interview some fans? You know, because at the end of the day, he's spending money to go to these games. Whether it's, and even in all the way in Valencia, he has spent that amount of money to go to a game. The other case study is Lewis from 100% Chelsea. And I have, funnily enough, met him on the day when this happened, and it was when we beat them 3-1. And this was a clip that happened.
What? Come in then! Come!
So, yeah, I'm not going to lie. From meeting Lewis, I thought he came across as a very articulate and intelligent guy. You know, he's clever. There is no doubt about that. But you know what? As a vlogger, it's quite easy to do something slightly stupid and slightly unintelligent just at the heat of the moment, and then, yeah, it's caught on the internet and people take the piss out of it. I think what was going on with Lewis was so out of proportion, you know. He had Chelsea fans ripping into him on Twitter, abusing him, harassing him on Twitter, and this goes to my point where, you know, when is it okay and not okay to be disagreeing with this whole vlogging thing? Now, my point is this: if you've got something against vlogging and you don't like it, you don't agree with it, that is absolutely fine. You're entitled to your opinion and you are free to express that however you like. However, there is a red line when expressing that. A red line which means you can't just go onto their public Twitter and just threaten to beat them up if they're ever seen on a match day, or tell them that they are a disgrace to the club and that they're not real fans, bearing in mind that these people go to every home and away game. It's just not on. And so the red line is just don't be so abusive or trying to be a troll about things. That's what my point is on it. Now, this is something that's going on a bit of an off topic. Okay, it is off topic, but it isn't at the same time. You know what? I'll put the last question aside, just on hold for now. To tell you the truth, people say that football vloggers just have one very basic and shallow category for their content, and that's just vlogging football games. And it's not always true for some vloggers, and for me, you know, I do feel like I've got another topic for content, and that is for awareness for mental health and suicide. And that's why you will always see a yellow ribbon on the right hand side. It just makes me sick how this is always brushed under the carpet in society. People will talk about, you know, whether they're feeling unwell, you know, have a cold, stuff like that. But mental health, for some reason, if they don't feel well mentally, you know, it's just brushed under the carpet by society, and there's that lack of talk, that lack of element of desire to wanting to talk about it. Arseholes like Piers Morgan who tell people on national television to man up because apparently it's not very manly to be feeling lonely or depressed or anxious, you know. The way I see things is that when I have that yellow ribbon up, and I've had some videos where let's just say, you know, 30,000 people have watched my video, then I will know that amongst those 30,000 people, they will have looked at the yellow ribbon on the right hand side of the screen, looked in the description below, and then they'll say, oh yeah, that's very true. And then they will talk about it in the comments section, and then it goes there for a talking point. So, you know, something that isn't supposed to be spoken about in society apparently does get spoken about, and all it takes is a little yellow ribbon on the right hand side, and then it's spoken on the comments section. When I released my Liverpool video and did a little tribute to suicide awareness, because that fell on Suicide Awareness Day, or no, it fell on the week of suicide awareness, I think, a couple of people DM'd me on Instagram telling me that they have felt suicidal in the past and that they were very happy that I provided a platform to get people talking. But the whole point is that it got people wanting to talk. And, you know, this is why I love football, because football is a game that can unite us all together over numerous of different issues. You know, you see it with racism, you see it with homophobia, and, you know, if this was pushed a lot more, then you can see it with mental health as well. And, you know, this then brings me to the last question. So the last question is why do I actually do this? Like, what's in it for me? If you were to ask me this question last year, I would not have provided you a straight answer. Like, I wouldn't have known it, but I do now. And the answer is, every single day I am having to battle my demons, you know. And I am not ashamed to say it either, because that's just how my mind works. And, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. It's not my fault. If I could have done something about it, I would have done this ages ago. But I've come to the realization that, you know, sometimes things are just the way it is, and you don't have to feel put down for it. And the answer to why I do this and what's in it for me is because this is literally a little safe haven for me where I can just forget about my demons when going to football games. You know, going to a football game in itself helps me mentally. I just remembered as well, so as of 2019, I'll be wearing this top, Boys Get Sad too. This is not a sponsorship deal or anything of the sort. I actually bought this product myself, and yeah, the link will be in the description below. If you 20% of the sales that they make actually go to charities with suicide and mental health related charities, so do check them out. Their Instagram page is on the description below. All of my introductions to my upcoming vlogs, just to get the message across clearer. It's a little bit weird, you know. I was talking about vlogging in football, and then it just goes to this. But anyway, I hope you appreciated the video, and the next upload will be Cardiff away. So until then, I will see you in the next upload. Peace out.